You know, it's about brothers, it's about family, it's about what you go through, it's about struggles, which we've lived through and we've gone through, and that hit my heart really hard. And having Timmy alongside this journey to tell this story has been incredible. And you know, there's a story behind the story, even making this movie, and so it's been special to me to go through this journey of telling the story with Timmy.
This was a story and a project I was passionate about, and there were a lot of other things we could have got involved in that would have been easier, that would have been with, you know, made it a lot easier on me and us as being first-timers in this industry. But I think this was just, it felt right, and it felt like God was in it, and felt like the right story to tell.
It's the story of two brothers dealing with the troubles of life and challenges people face, some troubles that people haven't had to face that are tough, and it's about their journey and finding a way to guide them and deal with the troubles of life.
Dak and Dave's relationship. I think it's cool that they're so different, but still so close. You know, like they just have very different perspectives on life, and what's happened to them has changed them in different ways.
I think that Run the Race is definitely a positive influence. You know, it talks about how forgiveness is so important in one's life, and you don't have to wait until somebody asks for forgiveness in order to begin the work of forgiving that person. Doesn't mean you excuse them, but you forgive them. It lifts the burden off of you so you can move forward in your life.
I just want them to leave this film feeling like there is something greater than us that is working on your behalf at all times, that always has focus on you. You are never alone, and whether you can feel it or not, that you have one heck of a teammate that's looking out for you. And this life is a beautiful thing if you can learn how to navigate through it, and just know that you're supported in really, really immense and loving ways.
This is one of the films that everybody can see. An entire family can see this film. Unfortunately, Hollywood has taken a turn and it's out of balance now. I think when I was coming up, there were more films that you could watch with your family than not. Now it's the flip side of that coin. There's more films that you cannot watch with your family than you can actually watch with your family. It was another reason I gravitated toward this film, is because you can't forget the children.
In a movie like Run the Race, which was at its core life affirming, and there's a lot of stuff out there, there's a lot of movies that are not, and they're well made, but I think this one is life affirming, and that it's good to balance that in our diet, to have something that you go, oh, that made me feel good about being a human being. That made me feel good about being American. That movie inspired me. That movie showed me something. And I thought that was a cool risk to take.
There's something to this narrative that is powerful, that I believe that was inspired by God. That was a story of adversity, of trials, of tribulation, but that in the midst of all of that, that we can have hope and we can be an overcomer in knowing Christ. And I think it hit so many different elements for me, whether that was sports, it was relationships, it was Jesus, it was parents, it was so many different things that I think young people are going through. And one reason why I think this movie has a chance to be really effective is because it touches so many passionate, purposeful elements that young people are going through, and I think it really touched me as well.
What's up, man? Welcome to Greater Nation, bro. Hey, love your sport, man.